Greetings Kaiju crew, Paul Williams here for your final YouTube video of 2021. Firstly, I just want to thank all of you who have commented, liked or subscribed over this past year, and if you haven't already, then obviously please click that subscribe button now. What we're going to do is just quickly run through the year that was 2021. If you want it in detail, check out last week's video, which is an episode of Kaiju Curry House, where myself and Joe run through all sorts. But if you just want the brief notes, check this out. So, SRS Cinema released Monster Seafood Wars. Looks absolutely crazy, definitely Japanese, and it could be a lot of fun. It was actually the first kaiju film of the decade for 2020, but it's now released in America, which means we can import it here in the UK. So look out for that one. And after many delays, we finally got to see Godzilla vs Kong, and I think that it did not disappoint. Big blockbuster action. It's exactly what we wanted, and it was admittedly Godzilla won, but it was a fairly even fight throughout it. I think they both got a few punches in. The Asylum obviously gave us Ape vs Monster, which is exactly what you'd expect. But yeah, we spoke with the cast and crew on Kaiju Curry House, and they're a lovely bunch of people. It's obviously Asylum just trying to cash in on Godzilla vs Kong, but you know what you're getting into when you watch this film. Netflix, they came out with Pacific Rim: The Black, which it was decent enough. If you're a fan of Pacific Rim, give it a try. It was fine. I had it on the background and enjoyed it enough. Now, Godzilla Singular Point, this was fantastic. It gave us a whole new look at the kaiju that we know and love. It was a bit too sciencey for my liking. The story just kind of, went over my head, but the action and the animation and the characters were, all great, so definitely check that out. This is Godziban, which returned for its third season. It's on the official Godzilla channel on YouTube. It's just got English subtitles added this year, so you can actually understand what's happening. Should you want, or should your children want to check out this interesting looking show. Godzilla's birthday was celebrated with Godzilla vs Hedorah, which was like a 5-minute short and was, it was content. I'm glad we got it, but yeah, check it out. So it's 5 minutes long. Gaming wise, we got a few big releases like House of Ashes, which was part of the Dark Pictures anthology, and got to see us go to the tombs in Iraq, where there's some creature that's been awoken and it's going to pick you down one by one. So choose your actions wisely. I got it for my birthday, and I will be checking it out as soon as I get through some of my other backlog. Now, what I played a fair bit of was Back 4 Blood by the makers of Left 4 Dead. Admittedly, it's a zombie shooter, but as you can see, it's not just zombies. There are some big old beasts in it, so we're classing it as kaiju. It's run and gun. It's a lot of fun when you've got some friends. If you're going with AI, not so much. So yeah, it's on Game Pass too, so definitely check that one out. Now, what I did spend, and was actually my most played game this year according to my Xbox stats, was Outriders, which I was amazed at. It came with Game Pass, and it is just... It's like Gears of War, you run a gun, you take cover, but it's also like Destiny, where you've got all these powers and you can level up your guns and do some raids as post-game content. So, although it doesn't look the most amazing next-gen game, I had so much fun playing this multiplayer. Definitely check it out. Toho got into the gaming business this year as well. It released, as you can see here, this is Godzilla Battle Line, which is like a PvP 3-minute match game that might be fun. It looks very basic, but it's a mobile game, so I shouldn't, demand too much there. They also released Godzilla Destruction, which is a much more traditional game that I would expect, where you are Godzilla. You're going to walk around the city, knocking down the buildings, attacking the army who are attacking you, and do what you can to get the most destruction. Seems pretty self-explanatory to me. Now, they also released Run Godzilla, where you get to raise and care for your kaiju and then send him off to race by tapping the heart button. It's different. I certainly would not have expected that for a Godzilla game. But there you go. That's what we've been given. On the book side of things, Legendary Comics released Kong and Me, which is a children's book, Godzilla Domination, which was a prequel to Godzilla vs. Kong, and also Kingdom Kong, which is a sequel to Kong Skull Island and a prequel to Godzilla vs. Kong. IDW gave us Godzilla Monsters and Predators, which is a middle grade comic, Godzilla Rivals, which is a quarterly one-shot where he goes against different creatures, the normal novelisation of the movie, and also a art book for it. But what's most interesting, I think, is this very cute looking book here, Godzilla vs. Kong, Sometimes Friends Fight. It looks adorable, doesn't it? Okay, so that's 2021 all wrapped up. I can't wait to see what 2022 brings us on the Kaiju calendar. So thanks again for watching and supporting us for this past year. And until next time, keep it Kaiju.